Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I bring us all greetings in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. You're welcome. You're welcome to the platform again. Welcome to the Validate Network show. Thank you so very much, my new viewers. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you so very much. Today in the studio, I have a very, very amazing woman of God with me, Apostle Busola Jegede. Thank you so very much, my Apostle. Thank you for joining us today. You're a woman of many parts. I know you're a very busy person. Thank you for coming and grace this platform with your presence. Thank you so very much. We really appreciate you. You're welcome. My viewers, quickly, I'm going to introduce the woman of God that I have here with me today. She's going to tell us about herself, but briefly, I just want to introduce her to my viewers. Thank you, viewers, for always checking in with us. So, like I said, the woman of God that I have with me today, her name is Apostle Busola Jegede. She is the visionary of the Daughters of Destiny Interdenominational Fellowship, Apostle Busola Jegede, and the Apostle Busola Jegede International Ministry, BJIM. So Apostle Jegede is an ordained apostle with a strong prophetic unction. She is also an empowerment and transformation coach. She graduated from the University of Ife with a BSc in sociology and anthropology. Wow, that's a double one. She later trained and qualified as a chartered accountant. Wow. She became an entrepreneur in 1996 and brings in her hands a hands-on entrepreneurial experience to help women identify businesses opportunities, get professional training, or acquire vocational skills, as well as package their businesses for better success through Destiny Business Institute. Through the Destiny Business Institute, I beg your pardon, my guests and my guests and my viewers. In the year 2006, she founded Daughters of Destiny Interdenominational Fellowship in response to God's call of "My daughters are not praying," thereby raising and leading women as intercessors for the family and nations through dedicated prayer centers across Nigeria, the UK, and United States of America. Our teachings are very realistic and in season for daily Christian living, especially in relevance to women. She's endowed with spirit of counsel and a deep understanding of family and marital issues. She is involved in her community, evangelism, crusades, and many other humanitarian activities. Wow, I can read and read and read again, but I'm going to let her have the floor so that she can do it. She will do it better than I have done anyway. So, ma'am, please, briefly from your own mouth, tell us about yourself.
Thank you so much, Pastor Nike, for inviting me to the Validate Network. I deeply appreciate you, and the Lord bless the work that you have committed into your hands in Jesus' name.
Amen.
So I greet all our viewers, and it's a pleasure to be here. So, like you have read, my name is Busola Jegede Ni Adeniji. I was born in the year 1965, meaning I turned 60 this year.
Oh, wow. Are you already 60 or about to?
About to November 8th.
Oh, wow. I'm also a November baby, but November 23rd.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Congratulations in advance.
Thank you.
Congratulations in advance. You don't look 60. You don't. Hey, you don't.
So
That's the
they
grace
say
of God.
it is. So I was born to a family. I was born to a polygamous family. My dad had 3 wives, and we all lived together. In Surulere, he built 2 houses, a big family compound. My dad was the old traditional Yoruba man. My mom, middle wife, meaning she met a wife there and they married a wife after her.
Oh, wow.
So my dad altogether had 12 children, and the first wife had 2 children. My mom, the second wife, had 8 children, and the
Wow.
last wife had 2 children. So out of 12 children for my dad, I'm number 10. And out of my mom's 8 children, I'm number 6. So I grew up in a large family. My mom had 8 children because she was looking for a boy. She had
wow.
seven girls and a boy, and the boy is just. So growing up, I think it was preparation for destiny because I grew up among girls. You know, I have 4 big sisters and 2 younger sisters, and I've always been to a girls-only school until I finished secondary school, and now I'm running a women's ministry. So when you talk about
wow.
So I grew up among women, school among women, and maybe I never knew God was preparing me
for this.
So growing up in that large family, it was quite hormonal. We did a lot of things together. It wasn't a lonely childhood. We have a lot of big sisters who will send you on errand.
I know.
And learn from. So it was quite fun in our home in Surulere. Family home was quite very, very lively. There would always be a story, somebody gisting, and that really helped me. It shaped my upbringing and able to relate with people because I didn't have a lonely childhood. I had a very, very easy childhood. My brothers, my big half brothers, my dad, half wives.
Many mummies. Wow, you are blessed.
So, so I can relate with old women in my ministry.
That's awesome. Wow, that's awesome. That's a beautiful, beautiful story.
Yeah,
beautiful story.
Yeah, polygamy has positive and negative. When it's managed well, like everybody together. It's not a matter of somewhere to look for somebody. He would come home. All the wives were there. They used to take turns to cook for him. To carry everybody along, do family meetings. So that's my childhood. Growing up there, that's where I was born. In my dad's house, my dad's second house. They had 2 houses on the street, side by side, because they had family.
What part of Surulere is this?
That's we call it Bishop Street.
Okay. Oh, okay. Because I grew up in Surulere as well. Not my late teen years I spent in Surulere, in Bankolemo area.
Okay, that's Bankolemo. That's
Akerele. Yeah, off Akerele. Wow, that's amazing. That's beautiful. It's safe to say that you had an holistic upbringing. With many mummies, many big sisters, brothers, loving dad. And I love the way you said that your dad, brought everybody together. So it's safe to say that he was prepared. He knew what he was coming into or what he was going into, and he was prepared. Because you see some men that are not even married to 2 women, maybe a widow or a widower now remarried, bringing in their children into the new marriage. They don't, sometimes they are not able to blend the family very well. They are
Blending the
not able
family.
to, yeah.
Yeah, even with the positivity, there will still
Mm.
be there will
Sure,
still be
sure.
areas of pain. But
Mm-hmm.
because we all live together,
Mm-hmm.
so we had no choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We had no
yeah,
choice
yeah,
to
yeah.
live, do things together, and
Mm-hmm.
even at that, there would always be issues of differences and all that. But
Mm-hmm.
by
Yeah.
and large, it wasn't like a man running. You can't call him like an adulterous man because he
Mm.
married.
All of them, yes,
He took
yes,
care of
yes.
all of them. He
Mm-hmm.
gave them all their apartments, was
Mm.
catering for them. So
Yeah.
that thing for him, he lived long because what is
Mm.
killing
Wow.
living secret lives. You're living a
Mm.
life here, woman, you're running, driving somewhere to meet another woman, and lying.
Mm-hmm.
What is it
Mm-hmm.
that it was a polygamist?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good
That gave
one.
rest, and he lived till his 80s. Even my
Oh
mom
wow.
too.
Peace of
My
mind.
mom, all of them.
Peace
So
of
our
mind.
big house is kind of everybody has married, just left one or two
Mm.
people at the
Oh
family
wow.
house there. So
Mm.
from there, I went to the university, came back, and I married in my father's house.
Oh
You
wow.
know,
That's amazing.
like,
Oh
like
wow.
most of my sisters, it is marriage that
Mm.
took all of us out of the house.
Out of the house. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
We would do wedding for all of us, in that house,
Mm.
engagement, sitting room, everybody passed through
Mm-hmm. What a
that
good
house
story.
as a cover before you release them
Mm.
out.
What a good legacy and a good
Yeah.
story. That's a good legacy. That's a good
So
one.
my dad, he did
That's a
that.
good one. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you said
So,
something about, if the positive and the negative. See, there's no perfection on this side of eternity. We have the good, we have the bad. But the most important thing is that you can sit down today and talk about it. Some people
yeah.
can't. Some people in your shoes, they don't even want to remember. They don't even want to go there. So we
Yeah.
give glory to God. We give glory to God. Thank you so very much, ma. Do you want to talk a bit about maybe your tertiary education, how you transition from being a sociologist, to
Okay.
an accountant, and
Now ministry.
because I know
Okay,
that will help, our young and upcoming, young ladies out there.
okay. So from I went to University of then it was called University of Ife. We were actually the last to get that certificate before it became OAU. So I was in a primary school nearby because near the house in those days. My sister was in Anglican Girls Secondary School. I told you I've got 4 big sisters.
Yes,
Anglican Secondary School. Now, this Anglican Girls Secondary School had beside it Anglican Girls Primary School. So
okay.
I was registered in the primary school. So my sisters will hold my hand, I still remember, and take me to school. And when they go to their secondary school, my primary school was just the next, like just a fence. So I from the Anglican Girls Primary School. But because I had been going there, all my 4 sisters went to that secondary school. Family had a legacy. Your children go to the same school.
School.
So my mom. So, but I said I went to this. They didn't go to the primary school. They went to another. All of them went to another primary school.
Primary school. Okay.
Anglican Girls Secondary School. But I was the only one that started going to the primary school of the Anglican Girls. And when it was time to secondary school, I said I'm not going to that place again because
Okay.
because it was just in the same compound, so to speak. So I went to an secondary school, which was like 2 bus stops away. New Era Girls Secondary School.
New Era. Okay.
So I would take a bus to the stadium because now in those days things were easy. You could just.
Oh, good.
When I finished my secondary school education, I went to do A levels.
Okay.
Because I didn't go straight to the university. You had the option. You couldn't go through with JAM. You could go and do A levels. FSCS. Federal School of Arts and Science,
Oh,
Ondo.
okay. In VI. Okay.
No, not the
Okay.
VI one, the one in Ondo. So there's another
Eh,
one in, yes,
Ondo. Oh, wow.
Federal School of Arts and Science. They had this FSCS in different places. Those days
Oh,
there were federal secondary schools and there were federal schools for A levels
A
in different
levels.
parts
Okay.
of the nation. So this
Oh,
one
okay.
was Ondo. There was one
Mm-hmm.
in Kerala. There was one in
Mm-hmm.
Ondo. There was somewhere else in the north. There were maybe about
Mm-hmm.
6 of them.
Oh,
So I
wow.
was in Federal School of Arts and Science Ondo, where I finished my A levels, 2 years A levels. And when
Mm.
I finished A levels, that means I went by direct entry into the
True, yeah.
university.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do prelim. So
Mm.
from there, I went to the University of Ife because Ondo was close to Ife.
So
So
if
a lot.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So because whilst I was in the University of Ife, that I was admitted for sociology and anthropology in the Faculty of Social Sciences.
Science.
Social science. So the degree is called sociology and anthropology. And typically people with such degrees would maybe go to customs, immigration, industrial
Mm-hmm.
sociology, human resources. Those were the kind of jobs that people did.
Yeah.
But people wanted to do accountancy, but I
Oh.
couldn't get accountancy. But
Oh.
because I was looking for direct entry, so I finished that, did my youth service, and I had now, there was a window that you could still be an accountant even if you didn't study BSc by enrolling for ICANN.
I can. Mm.
But that would mean you will start from foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I had read accountancy, I would have just done the last stage.
Mm.
Then you have 3 stages. So whilst I was doing my youth service, I now started my ICANN and I got a job after, but there were classes you could do at weekends while you're working. So I was working and taking the professional exam. So I took the foundation, I took the PE1, I took the PE2. So in 1991, I qualified as a chartered accountant. I was still
Wow.
single.
Wow.
In 1991.
You are loaded.
So
Huh.
So I got a high flying, because once in those days, if you're a chartered accountant, that was, you could get good jobs. So I was in an audit firm then, Price Waterhouse in Alaka. Yes, before they became Price Waterhouse Coopers, they used to be called Price Waterhouse, and they were on the mainland. So that was where I was working when I got qualified as a chartered accountant. And immediately, most people qualify. You are headhunted, either you're working in a bank, you're working somewhere. So from there, that audit firm grooms you and gives you opportunity to study and learn about the rudiments of accounting. I was in consulting as well. So from there, I got a job outside in an investment company, and I continued working there. And all this, I was still working professionally as a consultant, and I was managing an investment company on Awolowo Road. And it was whilst I was there. So from 1991 that I became a chartered. I graduated in 1987, but it took me 3 years to transit from sociology to being a chartered accountant and a consultant. So I got my ICANN certification in 1991, and so I started working in that investment company until 1993 when I met my husband. So when I met my husband in 1993 and we got married in 1994, he was now the one that took me out of Lagos, and I had to resign my job, and that was where it changed. And because I'd been a professional, and he got a job in an oil company in Warri, Shell. So we got married in January 1984, and it was shocking because I had a good job with it, Because I started very well with the professional job. I had a car. So I couldn't just throw away my job like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when we got married, we were managing. You come from Warri, but it wasn't easy. And then I had my first child because I got married in January. So that same year, God bless me, I had my first child. It wasn't easy for him, and but he had a good job. That was in an oil company. So by 95, it was, these are some of the things I teach women, that sometimes you have to sacrifice career for your family.
For your family. Yeah.
Yeah, years later, sometimes I look at those people that we qualified together. Some of them are bank executives, they're MDs, they far. So sometimes it's a huge price you pay, but eventually God rewards you for it. Because that's one of the lessons I learned. Because starting out well with a good education, with a good track record, that stayed on that track, if not for
marriage. But ma'am, you know something? You are making an impact, and you are being a blessing to God. That's the most important thing. You are being a blessing to God and to humanity. You are blessing God, you are blessing humanity. For me, that's the most, important thing. That's the most
You
important
nailed
thing.
it there. But you see, before you get to this stage, many women passing through. The lesson there is that many women passing through, when you're doing that sacrifice,
it doesn't look like it. It doesn't.
Okay, now I have to write a list. I want to buy something. Oh my, now when I got to Warri to live with my husband, because he was working in the oil company, he had a good job and managing, and then the children started coming. So, my life was reduced to a housewife. So for a lot of people, it takes real understanding. And thank God for because my mother and all will counsel you. Your home first, though, is not about any job. But now the narratives are different because things are different. There are many support systems. Now you can order bowls of soup. Who would have ordered bowls of soup for?
Bowl of soup back in the days. Back in the days.
Changed over time, but then
over time.
And the change for me now, just being a total housewife, caring for children, from being a career person. Making money,
Money, wow.
And so it's a lot of humbling, and that was when I just started having a pool to pray. Because we were living in Warri in an estate. All the people working in the oil company, because many would go to where they call the rig. They would leave us in Warri and go by boat
to the rig. Oh wow.
They would be there for 2 weeks. And then, so we wives living in secluded estates, there were communities that, a lot of people were not born in Warri. We just came because our husbands were working there. So we formed communities. So that was where I started having a pool. So I would just call about 2 or 3 of the women that I connected with. Let's just be praying for our husbands. These guys, they're all working in the same company. We used to carry our children to the same school. Shell had school. We carry our children to the same hospital. Shell had a hospital. We go to the same market. So there was this strong community of women that all of us were just there by reason of marriage. But many of us, we couldn't find expressions working because at that time, Warri was not developed. There weren't opportunities. There weren't so many banks. Or it was just an oil community.
Oil city.
Like an oil city. Yes, you see people driving nice cars because their husbands are working well. But then what do you from a place like Lagos and just being there was so boring. So instead of having a pool, that let's just be praying. So the ladies and about 3 of them will just be praying that God let them promote our husband. I never knew it was a call to ministry.
Wow.
And I still have a bond with some of the women. Those women together. Wow. So that was how I started from my career, because I had to resign my job in Lagos and become a housewife in Warri.
And worry.
And
Wow.
there, I began to think, like, all this time is, when you've not had a lazy upbringing, you can't live a lazy life. So, put the children in school, back, we go to the market, we prepare, and our husbands are not even at home.
At home. So what do you do with your time, with your free time? You begin to ask yourself.
So I said,
Wow.
let me start having some little business entrepreneurship. So I started, I just looked around. I knew the people who used to do a lot of parties in that place. So I started with a rental company. They used to,
Wow.
they used to have to load all the time doing a business. So
Mm.
I said, okay. So I started a rental company. And then after a while, I started an event business by Airport Road. I was into children's events. I bought bouncy castles. All this while, I was just a nominal Christian. I was just a worker. I was just in the
Okay.
church. Coincidentally, I was just attending the church and just a worker, nothing ministry. But I started my entrepreneurship business in Warri. So I would also come to Lagos, buy toys, gift items, put in my shop. So I had rental company, I had gift shop, I had a party planning business. And my people would go to celebrate birthday parties in different homes, take bouncy castle, music. So I had the whole works. So in Warri,
Wow.
I was about the leading party planner at that time. And
Wow.
that was
Thank you so thank you
my
so thank you so very much, ma'am, for that. In fact, you kind of answer some of the questions, and it's not even a question and answer. We're just having a chat. So you touched some of what I intend to ask. But can you tell us, ma'am, how you were able to leave the formal work world? Now you know you became, after graduating, you became a qualified chartered accountant. From that, you got married, you moved into being a full-time housewife and all of that. And along the line, even though you were a nominal Christian, along the line, I believe you met the Lord in a more bigger way. So let me put it that way. And how were you able to leave the formal work world and step into ministry as an apostle?
Fantastic. So now I had left formal, I had left secular work in Warri. I was doing business.
Okay. Oh, okay. So
Yes,
you
I was
never
doing
went into secular work. You never
again.
went into paid deployment.
So
Okay. Okay.
from that Warri, I never went back into
Went
paid
to,
employment.
to
It
play
was
the
just the
okay.
one I did before I married.
Before you
That was,
married. Wow.
yeah. So because I married at 29 and I graduated at 21, so
Oh,
8
wow.
years. It took me 8 years to work in a secular environment. So by the time I started doing the business, see, when you've been doing business and it has prospered in your hand, it's difficult for you to get employed again.
Sure.
Because your time is. But now transiting into ministry, like I told you, from that Warri, I started having a pull to
Cool.
prayer.
Yeah.
I was born again, but not very, but not like I'm a pastor. I just go to church, come back, pray. I wasn't deep, but I was born again. So now when I started praying with my neighbors, I began to feel the more I prayed, the deeper I wanted to pray. But I didn't know anything about it being a ministry because I still go to church and we all attended different churches. So all of a sudden, my husband comes back. He's working in an oil company, which is everybody's dream. People want to retire in oil company. They will send you abroad with your family. on cross-posting. That's the trajectory of those people.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, okay, maybe they will send us to Holland, or they had their spot where they used to send people to. Then he comes back to tell me, my husband comes back to tell me, Busola, I'm leaving Shell. How can you leave Shell?
Leave Shell.
The best place to work in the world. Who used to retire in Shell, they don't leave. This is the boss.
That's the dream of every, the dream of every young man then.
So before this man told me he wanted to leave, I started telling my pastor then, please let me beg my husband. He said he wants to leave Shell. He said somebody gave him a job, one South African job, that he will be based in Lagos, will be the country manager. I don't even know the name of the country. I remember my pastor then when he redeemed, coincidentally. I told my pastor, only one redeemed, only one Shell. They did something more. Help me, we prayed. It was resolute. He said, yeah. My husband made a first class. Brilliant people, they don't like things. When they are that is very brilliant, they always want to be challenged. That I can't be doing the line. They're always doing line. I want to challenge. This is how he brought us back to Lagos.
To Lagos. Aye.
And I had a shop in Warri, a vibrant business in Warri. I had captured the market.
Wow.
There's no weekend. I was making loads of money. Because as a Lagos girl, I would bring stuff from Lagos. He said we are going back to Lagos. Okay, submission. My business was doing so well, I couldn't close it. My sister, I had to beg my sister, who was not really doing anything. She's a single mother. I begged her, please, this business that God has given me in this place, this open door, I can't just shut it down.
Shut it down. Wow.
So I begged my senior sister to come over to Warri to take over the business for me. I got her a flat. I gave her a car.
Wow.
Put her son in school, that she should just manage it. Because I had staff that were working for the weekend. We could have like 2-3 children parties. So I did things. And now I have to follow my husband with my children to Lagos.
Back to Lagos.
My sister relocated to Warri. So in that estate where we're living, I got her a smaller flat, a car, and put her son in school and put her on a salary. So she continued to run the business whilst I was in Lagos. So when I moved to Lagos, because she was running the business, I would send stuff to her with prizes. And we were running that. So I now set up a parallel business in Lagos.
In Lagos. Oh, wow.
Complex beside our house. Because of course, I had the experience, and so I set up a parallel business in Lagos. So I had one in Warri, managed by my sister, and in Lagos. This was we came back to Lagos 2001. Because we went to Warri in 1995, the year after we got married. We got married in 1994.
So you spent 6 years in Warri?
And I had all my children. I had a child before coming to Warri, then I had my other 2 children, making 3. So when I got back to Lagos, I set up another business parallel, running events and everything. And so gradually, there's no business. Some businesses carry your energy and your there's businesses like that. It's your energy, it's your drive. If you're no longer there, it will just linger. If you don't have to match that energy.
I know.
Yeah. And the Yoruba people call the way you relate
with people.
Yeah, my sister is quiet.
Oh.
So after a while, the thing began to dwindle. Because when people
and you will even see people replicating the business, because you were not on ground. Yeah.
So But by the time it was going to wind down, I had already started a similar business in Lagos.
Business in Lagos.
Wow.
Wow.
And Lagos has more opportunities, and that's when ministry.
Okay.
It was now in Lagos
That's
that the key for ministry.
okay.
So we come back to 2001, and I not only had a gift shop, party shop, I now bought land and had an event center.
Oh, wow.
In Lagos,
Wow.
because Lagos is a bigger market. So by the time I got to the center, I now began, this was 2004, I now began to have a call, a burden. Whenever, when I was attending a church, I was part of the women's group, I was in the choir, but I never, it was another religious church. I didn't thought anything about ministry. It was in Lagos that I started hearing my daughters are not praying.
We could, in other words, we could say that's where the shift.
Yeah, that's where it happened.
How you got the shift
That's
moment.
Wow. My daughters started praying. So I would pray, and I was like, a voice is telling me, who are the daughters? So I went to meet my pastor's wife. Because there was no template. 2004. It's not like now that you see many people.
Yeah.
This was 22 years ago. So I went to meet my pastor's wife. That is like, a voice is telling me that we should set up a women's praying group in VI. Because what I will hear is that my daughters are not praying. They are rushing to work because of the traffic. Many of them did not pray. If only they can have a place where they can pray for 30 minutes or 40 minutes in the morning. Many of them rush from the mainland to the island because of traffic. They have not prayed. And when they get to the office early, they are just sleeping. If only you can have a place where they meet for 1 hour in the morning, let them just pray for their husband, their children, and the nation. The burden was very deep. So I went to my pastor's wife. See what I'm hearing? That there are some people working in VI. They live on the mainland. I don't know if you know how Lagos is. They live
Sure.
So they just rush and wake up and rush to work, but they really want to pray. Why don't we set up a place for them in VI? We are in Aja. Aja area. So let's go to VI and set up this thing for them. Then she told me, she said God didn't tell her. He said, I'm not God is telling. He said, what I'm doing is
it's okay. Wow.
It's good for women. It's good women, and that she has her.
Yeah.
He said, I'm hearing. He said, but you are the one hearing it.
Hearing it.
She said, because I never even thought anybody could dance. My own is church. Anything I have is church. So I carried I didn't know that's a call. It's just like someone I went to ask Eli for clarity. Because that is where the need for mentors come in. Because sometimes you need a mentor to clarify for you.
And that's part of the reason why we are doing this, because I believe that the young and upcoming women, they will switch into this to this podcast, to what we are doing now, and they will be able to glean one or two things. And thank God for that. Your pastor's wife, she's not a glory killer, she's not a dream stealer. Some people, you will go to them with that kind of vision, they will kill it there and there.
Yes,
they will stiffen it, they will silence it there and and I want to believe that that's part of the reason why you can do this.
Yes.
Part of the reason why you can do this,
She really said you said
that's you. Yeah, God bless her wherever she is. God bless her. God bless her. God bless her.
Because I love the church so much. I love my pastor. I love my pastor's wife. I was the head of the choir. I was in a comfort space.
Wow.
To go and pray, I was like, thank you. Then God started shaking me. Because I didn't want to move. Because what she was telling me to do was take your destiny in your hand.
Mm.
But I was like, to do what? I don't even know what to do. I don't even know where to go.
What to do? You don't have a clue what to do.
Step out. And that is another thing for people to know. When it's a true call, it is not an ambition.
Yeah.
To run out and do
No.
So she said, no, that's you. So then I was 39 years old when I was getting my call. I was 39, 2004. So by 2005, I was going to be 40. I was strong at 39. Then all sorts of things started happening to me because I wasn't answering the call.
The call.
Because I was comfortable in my church, in my church, everybody, I loved them, they loved me, it was okay. It's nothing my comfort zone.
Nothing else to look for.
No,
You think?
It's good to BI. From my job, go and set up a prayer meeting for women who are coming from mainland to pray early in the between 6:30 and 7:30. Me that I have 3 children to put in school. Before I dressed up for the job, it was a tall order. Will I drive to VI? I have not even finished my own, but it was very clear. Go to VI. And my pastor's wife said she's not going. I thought I could dump the thing on her. She said she's not the one. So I didn't do anything. Then the Lord started shaking me. So the first thing that happened, my husband that God always used. My husband, we're both in the redeem, we're both ministers. Then he said he was leaving. We are leaving. He said, I'm going to another church. He mentioned the church. How can you leave this church? When we are settled, he said he's going. Hey, I begged, prayed, fasted. He didn't answer me. So he left me in the church. And that's not a good thing. And that's another thing.
That won't bring the blessing. If husband is here, wife is here.
So one day my children will say, we are following daddy. Another one, they say in this way, in your church. The auntie has a long cane. I'm not coming. The auntie in the children's church has a long cane. They used to give us cake.
Oh, wow.
My thinking, I didn't like it. On Sunday morning, what kind of thing is this? And I didn't want to go with him. I was annoyed that you are pulling me again. You know you pull me again. But I didn't know that God was using him to shake me.
To shake you.
I didn't want to leave. So everything, after about 1 year, many things started happening, unpleasant things. And I had to speak to me. If you don't leave this place, I will disgrace you.
Oh.
Hey! What? So I told my house to leaving to follow my husband. Because people will be asking, Busola, where's your husband? Is he not in church today?
Thank God. Thank God, ma'am. Thank God for, number one, that's your pastor's wife. And thank God for your husband as well. He's one of the person that God used to push you to your destiny. Then you might think, why is this man moving me? Why is this movement and all of that? It was one person that God used, to shape your destiny and to quickly move you to your destiny. And thank God for the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit he's not a man. He doesn't mince word. He doesn't, when he wants to give you the word, he will give it to you. It doesn't matter how you receive it, he will give it to you. Because sometimes he wants to give it to us in a way that will make sense to us. Because if he didn't say, if you don't live here, this will happen. You will still, comfort zone. We all love our comfort zone, and your story kind of reason, I see my story in your story as you're sharing. I can see a bit of my story in your story, but where yours differs from mine is that, God is still working in my life, but God surrounded you with people, people, your husband, with people. I didn't have that. And God has he alone has the final say. And I know that God may take us round and round and round and round, but he would definitely bring us to our expected end,
But
because he alone has the full story. We don't have all of the story. It's just a snippet here and there. It's what we have. He is the one that does,
it
that
brings
does
it all
this with
together.
our story. He brings it all together. Thank you so very much. That's a very impactful, story. How you came up to this, to this point in your life. Now, Ma, do you feel like your background in the professional world helped shape the way you lead now, especially when you are working with women from different walks of life?
Indeed, I would say from from where I left the Redeemed and followed my husband to his church. And the first thing I heard when I entered that church was, don't join any group here. You know that I've already given you an assignment. Don't join don't join choir, don't join anything, because I've pulled you out of Redeem so that you can do work. So the first thing I learned was obeying the Holy Spirit. Because if I had gone to join, of course, any church you enter and you show that you can share the Bible, you can do this, they quick grab you and put you somewhere. So I had a very strong stance. I didn't join any group. So the Lord said, now that's my work. So I started the ministry with all my training and giftings. So I started ministry at 40. And I started with a professional accounting background, a professional consulting background, a business background. So my systems and structures were all part of the things I learned. So I didn't start ministry, though I was starting, but I dropped down running.
You did what?
I dropped down running.
Oh, okay.
I dropped down and I started to run. I didn't stop.
I get that, yeah.
So, because I was a 40-year-old woman. I'm not a 25-year-old starting ministry.
Yeah, old. Sure.
Then, something else that helped me tremendously was when I was looking for that clarity, God led me to 3 mentors. 3 people started mentoring me. I met one. Through that one, I met another one. Through that one, I now met my main mentor now, who is Apostle Wole Oladiyan.
Okay, Oladiyan.
Yes.
Okay.
So I had these other 2 mentors that I would go for classes every week.
Oh, wow.
I took it seriously. I took like a job. Because I wasn't doing anything apart from that shop. The shop I set up which already was running because I had experience with business. So I took the ministry like a job. And watch this. After 1 year in VR, that was where I started the ministry, Victoria Island. Every morning we hired a restaurant. Within 1 year, I heard, go and start in Aja, and I told you I already had an event center, which I had for business. So I just started the second branch in the event center, and the ministry just went boom. Because I had, so those are the leverages you have when you're starting late. You already have a network and a network. And a network. So I had, and if you're going to start a ministry in an event center, you would be needing a lot of money. So the event center belongs to me. So we were not paying. So women would drop their children in school, and at that time it was a happening thing. All the schools around, let's go to DOD, let's go to DOD. They would come with an air hall, everybody was there, lovely praise and worship, and God gave us the word. So the ministry just started growing exponentially. That within 2 to 3 years, we were running 2 services on Monday morning.
Oh, wow. Glory to God. Wow, that's amazing.
That's one of the things I would say that my growth, personal growth, before I started ministry was very useful. I kept my started accountant. I kept different. There was accountability. There were structures, departments. Within 1 or 2 years, I had organizational structure. I had leadership training, capacity building. Gathered leaders, divided them to departments. So, because as a consultant, that's what I was doing for companies. We would do manpower. We would go to a company and audit their manpower. Oh, this person is the one seeing customers. Your receptionist is the one doing cashier work. You know, we were structuring companies. When I was working in the audit firm. So, I mean, what does it take me to structure ministries? So that's still what I do for people now, because right now I'm the PFN chairman for my province. I'm teaching pastors. I'm doing training for them. How can you be a pastor? You didn't plan for your ministry. There's going to be a time that will be a problem. Yes, you cannot have a ministry for 15 years. You don't have a vision that, let me put this ministry somewhere. Dynamics will change. And you know what happened now during COVID? A lot of churches closed up.
Churches, yeah.
They couldn't
You're right.
You're right. These are the trainings that matter. So already by virtue of destiny, I had gone through it. So those were the things that really helped me.
Wow. Thank you so very much. Let me quickly respond to what you've just said. And the way I'm going to respond is to just, bring an encouragement to, women out there. Are you a woman out there? God is calling you into something big. God is calling you to, your personal higher ground. And you're thinking, oh, I have a job. Oh, I'm a professional. Oh, I already have something that I'm doing. This is an example for us. Apostle Jegede here is, she's a good resource. Our story is a very good one. Our story is a very deep one, coming from a lot of, things. And here she is. She's pleasing God. She's pleasing God. We thank God for the good people that God, used to surround her life, her ministry. But here she is. If she can do it, you can do it as well. You can do it as well. And this is an encouragement as well. Are you there? You are hearing the call. God has been nudging you. He's been calling you. He's been giving you that burden. My daughter, pick up your Bible. My daughter, pick up yourself. Go and do something for me. Go and use your voice. Go out there. Go and put your face. Go and put your face out there. And you are still wondering, how do I do it? I have children. I have husband. I'm married. Excuse upon excuse. Please, this is the time. This is the time to answer the call. The woman of God that is, that's been talking to us, her life is an example. She's a good resource. If she can do it, you can do it. If I can do it as well, we can do it. We can all do it. Thank you so very much, Ma. That is very enriching, very sweet, and very, very impactful. And we are almost, we are running to the close of the chat. But can I ask, and I imagine that, transitioning into ministry while being a wife must have had its challenges, which you've talked about one or two things. So how did you manage the changes, especially balancing your home, the faith, now the calling? I'm going to make it 2 in 1. So how were you able to manage all the challenges of marriage, home, your faith, then working closely with women from different backgrounds of life? what are some of the even different culture, because you are an international, minister. You minister across the globe, and we've done something together by the grace of God here in Canada. So you are not a local champion. You are an international woman of God. So what are some of the common needs or struggles that you've noticed, and how do you usually approach helping them spiritually and emotionally? So 2 things: how have you been able to balance home ministry, marriage, and all of that? Then your work now, how have you been able to help people, the diverse people that God has brought your ministry across the globe?
Thank you. So balancing is you can't do everything at the same time. And one of the things for anyone that wants to balance is to know the season you are. So some things I could do. I've been running this ministry since 2006, meaning January next year is 20 years. Some things I could do between years 1 and 5, or what I'm doing now, I couldn't do when the ministry was less than 5 years because of my family. So if you understand your season, you will know how to maximize your opportunities. So I spent the first 5 to 10 years of the ministry. As a matter of fact, we started international ministry in 2010, and I would just travel to the UK once and come back, just once a year. So I had young children, and we were doing more of developing the ministry on ground. We do children's program, we do a lot of things for our children's summer camp, all those things that would help women with their children. So when you know your season and the opportunities and challenges of the season, you will be able to balance. If at that time I wanted to be like this one, I went to the UK, I went to 4 cities in the UK, but I could do that. Yeah, I went to Manchester, I went to Scotland, I went to Coventry and London as a goal. The beginning of this year, from November last year, I was in America till end of January. I could do that because my first
Did you touch Canada? Did you touch Canada, ma?
I will come to Canada later. I didn't. But what I'm trying to say is, what I'm doing now, I couldn't do it 15 years ago.
When the children were younger.
Who will I leave them for? So, understand your thing. Balancing is about knowing where you are, and don't look at somebody else. Where I am now, my children are young, this is what I can do. Do it well. And then you begin, as opportunities begin to come. So as my children began to grow and go to boarding school, and of course we had systems, my husband insisted all his children must go to boarding school. That was it. He said he went to it will help them to shape, and I have all boys. So for me, I have 3 boys. I don't have biological daughters.
You are a strong woman. Oh, no wonder. You are a strong woman.
So when all my children were in boarding school, anytime I wanted to travel, I will make sure it's when they have already gone to school before the next day.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to go, and then probably my husband was to travel. So understanding your season and where you are would help you to balance your family. So you could have seen me abroad, it doesn't mean my family is being neglected.
Wow.
Either they are in school or they are grown up, and now they're all out of. My last born, he is a medical doctor. You understand? The other 2 are out of. One is married, the other one, the middle one is with you people in Canada, and this last one. So now I can. It's only daddy at home. We just plan well for daddy and what he will eat and whatever, and you can do your ministry. So understanding your children. So the second question is, how am I able to manage the different women? It's important that you study what I call the psychology and politics of women. You cannot successfully manage women if you don't study their psychology and the politics. Most women are very resourceful, very helpful, if you can look into who they are,
Mm-hmm.
touch their soul,
Mm-hmm.
touch the heart of a woman through different means. There are some women, all they want is for you to respect them.
Mm.
Some may need help. Some may need recognition. Some may just need you to be available to listen to them when they want to talk.
Look. Mm.
I used to run counseling in the ministry. Those days when I was available every Wednesday, and sometimes I will counsel 33 women.
Oh,
They
wow.
take, I'll practically be crawling out of the counseling room.
Mm.
Some will still come back next week. So you can see they just want to talk.
They just want to talk.
They just want to talk. They'll still come back next week. So they'll still go over the same thing. So many people are going through stuff. Nobody to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Safe. They want a safe space.
Space.
Yeah, they really know the answer, but they need to validate, like the name of your next, to validate their thoughts. But that the season you are, you can't do this thing now. You know the way this are feeling. But people tell me so I know, but they want you to validate it for them.
For them, so, in a non-judgmental, in a non-judgmental space.
So I would listen some, I would give money from my bag, but beyond that, I saw that women needed to connect. They want to space. They want to know that you are my person. That matter, you know about it, So because I grew up among women, I know the need that women connect. Women need to connect. When women get to a place where they can't connect, it really because the kind of we're emotional beings, unlike men. Men can be in the same place. They will not tell each other their burdens, and they will be drinking to God. They may be going through divorce. They won't talk about it.
Yeah, you are right. Because they are wired differently.
So I realized that, and so I give people time. I give people time. And I look at, if I'm talking to an elderly person, from respect and everything, I put them out, connect with them. So that has helped me a lot, and the grace of God really is a calling to be a pastor to women. If you're not called, it's going to be difficult, because in it, no matter how good and pure your intentions are, you will still come across certain difficult people. Because you can imagine a woman that is difficult in her marriage, you are telling her something, she will still be difficult. So it's a calling to pastor women. Sometimes you can see the terrible part. Women are beautiful when we come together, we are strong, we can do a lot. See the negative side of it, like the backbiting, the gossiping. If you're not called, you want to say, I'm not doing again.
The good, bad, and ugly.
I turn around against you. And you begin to wonder. That's when you know when you are not going to do it. So it takes you knowing that it's a call, asking God for grace. Otherwise, we will just be in our own your discipline, your career, and you don't have to talk to people. But because we have to do it. I've seen people in the ministry that we have helped. People, if I tell you phenomenal things we have done for certain people, today they have left. So you may be if you don't quickly check yourself. That your reward is not coming
from them, from God, the one who called. Thank you so very much, ma. Thank you for the amazing work you do, with the women in your sphere of influence. Thank you so very much. Thank you for being such a good support system, for the women in your network. Thank you for being such a good mentor. Thank you for being a good, such a good representative of God. Because God, I say to people, he won't come down to come and do all of this work. He will only, use us. As many that will make themselves available, that will say, God, here am I, use me. And thank you for answering the call, because trust me, and you know this, that you are a blessing. You are a channel of blessing. You are making impact, not just, impact, say impact. You are making a huge impact. Even in the nation of Nigeria, you are making impact, because for those women that have passed through your ministry one time or the other, they are in a place where they are able to say, okay, we know that woman has impacted us. She's touched our life, her prayer ministry, what she's doing, our mentorship, and all of it. So thank you so very much. And not only are you impacting women in way back in Africa where you are based, you're also impacting women across the globe. You were in United Kingdom. Sometimes you are here in North America, So please, ma, keep up the good work. Keep it up.
Thank you.
And I hope you are pouring yourself into, other women that will, because I mean, it will always get to we will always get to a place where we say, okay, now it's time to sit with daddy. This traveling, I hope you are putting that in place. You are reproducing yourself. You are still strong. You are very agile. You are a very agile woman, for your age, very agile. I mean, I've met you in person, very agile. And I want to be like you when I grow up. So on a final note, man, and this is why we'll be calling it a day, on a final note. So what will be your final words for the upcoming women in ministry, and what is it that motivates you? What should be the takeaway from people who will watch this, and what has been your motivation? What motivates you?
My final word or advice to any woman that is coming into ministry is to be focused and give it 200%. I tell people, anywhere you give me an opportunity, I don't give 100%. I give 200%. When you give 200%, they will call you back. When you give 100%, they may consider you. But if you give 200%, that means you go over and above. And above. Any opportunity you get in life, nail it. No matter what it is. Even if you're going to speak for free, even if they won't give you, pour yourself. It's a seed. Be sincere in what you do. Don't look out for what you will gain, but look for how you will release yourself. Those are eternal seeds that you sow, that God bless you. So give it your all. You're serving in your church, you have a support call to your husband, do it with your heart. From it, God will call you out. You have a call on your own, you're going through a difficult marriage, you are not getting the real support from your husband, because many women are in that boat that you really want to fly, but somehow you are being held back. Just be faithful. Within the allowance you are given, give your best. God will make room for you. He will make a pathway for you. For me, I couldn't go in church. I couldn't set up a church because I don't have that balance for my husband. We're not ministry. And he made it clear. But God gave me a ministry that was perfect, a perfect fit for me to go alone. Because we were all ministers in the regime where we were before I got the call. But for me, He gave me a perfect fit. Knowing that, okay, she cannot go and I can't start a church now when my husband is not there. It won't work.
Not there. Yeah.
So He gave me.
Ma, let me just, and I love the way you said when you went into this new church, you prayed and God said, you know what, don't join any ministry. Don't get involved. Don't go deep. I love that so very much. A lot of women makes a lot of mistake in that. The moment God calls them out of a place, they are in a new place, they are looking for, what can I do here? What next? Before they are called, here am I, and they get into hot waters. They get into trouble because they didn't listen well. Did God tell you this new place? Did God tell you, go and do what you are doing? God said, go. It could be go to. Did you hear go? What's the next? What's the second go to what?
Yeah.
That
Because I was in
that's
this church, I was in any group, so I could do the ministry. Nobody could question me,
yeah.
and I didn't go to the church. It's interdenominational. So God will give you. You don't need to wrestle your husband because some of these issues might be. Because for want of time, ministry will test at least 4 things in your life. That mantle, it will test your integrity, it will test your patience, it will test your submission, it will test your health.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Ministry tests a lot of things. It will test your family, it will test your children, it will test all of you. So any part of perfect, it will bring it out.
You are preaching. You're actually preaching to me now. You are talking to me now. You're talking to me now. 4 things. Test your patience, your submission, your health, your marriage. Could even test your oh man, that's weighty. That's weighty.
So you have to know it is not just a business you are going into that you can say today I'm not selling shoes today. Let me go and sell.
Let me go and sell scarf. You are locked in. You are locked in. You just have to figure it out.
Oh wow, wonderful! Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Please tell us what motivates you, because I'm sure my viewers will want to know what keeps you going.
What motivates me? Oh, I'm motivated a lot by worship. Okay. I love worship. I love listening to Daniel Bassett and see. It motivates me a lot. And prayer. When you say fasting and prayer, my muscles like this. I love prayer. I love atmosphere of prayer. People that pray, it just motivates me. Prayer does a lot for me. I clarify things when I pray. When I'm confused, I pray. Prayer for me. Prayer is not everything, but it does a lot for me because I get the mind of the Father, and it sorts out a lot of things for me. So that's why I'm just a woman of prayer. I love to pray.
Pray be to God. I give it up to this woman of prayer champion. Prayer champion. You are not just a prayer warrior. You are a prayer champion. Because you said prayer is not everything, but prayer does it all for you. You can rely on prayer. You can read because prayer is communing with God, talking to God, chatting with God, depending on God. Hallelujah. Glory be to the name of the Lord. Thank you so very much today. I've really enjoyed this chat, this session. When people of like mind, when they come together, it's as if, let's keep going. Let's keep going. But for time and for the fact that I know that you are a very busy person and the time difference between Canada and Nigeria will not permit us to just keep going like that. Thank you so very much, Apostle. Thank you for finding time to come from your very tight schedule. So my viewers, this is where we're going to be saying bye-bye for today until I come your way again next time. Have an amazing day for yourself. God bless you. Thank you, everyone. Bye, everyone.